Hey, hey, what's going on, fellas? Tony, what's going on, Big Tony? Yes, sir. Good luck to everybody tonight, including Tony himself. Tony, I'm wishing well for your Tigers here tonight. I'm hoping they fare better than my Cubbies. I imagine you're probably watching the game. What's going on, Josh? Yeah, I saw Michigan had a nice win against Bucky, so that's a nice win for Michigan as well. What a crazy day! What a crazy day in college football. At least my Illini walked away from Purdue with a nice win, but what a crazy day for college football. What's going on, Troy? Troy's back in the house. Good luck to everybody. Josh. Josh back in the house as well. Wishing everybody good luck. I love it. Robert. Welcome back, Robert. All right, everybody. What's going on, Darren? One of the break room legends. What's going on, Darren? All right. We're up to 9 people. Yes, good luck to everybody. I'm all about it. Let's get some manifest some good energy here right from the get-go. So I want to welcome everybody back, or welcome for the first time to Call Your Shot Sports Breaks Memorabilia. My name is Bart. This week we had about almost 10 guys that are brand new to the break room. So I'm excited to welcome you. Obviously, we got guys that are returning. What's going on, Jake? What's going on, Dan B? So a lot of the guys in the chat are the guys that have been here before. But if you're a new guy, don't be afraid to jump into the chat there. If you prefer just to watch and do your own thing, that's totally fine as well. But you'll see that the guys get pretty going here in the chat, and it makes for a fun time. So don't be ashamed, don't be shy. If you want to jump in, say something, you're more than welcome. But if that's not your jam, I respect that as well. Jean Ree, what's going on? Oh, Darren said 4-0 in the house. Dan B. Dan B is now the 4-0. We're not going to call him Dan B anymore. It's just 4-0. I'm playing Dan B in fantasy this week, so I'm going to give him my best shot. But Dan B starting hot in the fantasy. Hey, what's going on, Skip? So AR is Skip. Skip's a new guy. I was chatting with Skip a little bit today. So Skip, welcome aboard, my man. I'm wishing you luck tonight, as well as everybody else. Yeah, Tony, first time listener. Always got the good sense of humor. I love it. I love it. No, yeah, for sure. I love that. All right, guys, we'll jump in here. So again, welcome to everybody that's brand new to it. I do appreciate everybody jumping in this week. We are completely sold out for all the breaks. So in order, we will do football. Football will be 2 items. We got the black bag football jersey as well as the mini helmet. We've had some decent hits come out of the mini helmet, but man, I'm hoping for one of these headliners. I imagine that something's got to be sitting in this case that we have. So we have that. We've got the basketball coming back this week. And for those of you guys that are brand new, man, the basketball, I've been impressed with the basketball. We've opened 2 boxes so far. We got a T-Mac rookie card, and it was signed in purple Sharpie. And then the last time around, we had a Magic Johnson that was a Gem Mint 10, and it was also signed in purple Sharpie. So I'm excited to see what's going to come out of this guy. I know that a few other people are with me with that as well. And then we'll end with the baseball like we have been doing with the jersey and the baseball bat, with baseball playoffs kicking up and really kind of hitting its stride. I'm excited to see what comes out of there as well. Jake, yeah, you got to fight the 0-4, but hey, it's a long season. If you can muster up some wins and fight your way back into the playoffs, anything can happen. I've seen number 1 seeds fall in the playoffs. I've seen the bottom feeder team that just limps into the playoffs win the whole thing. So stick with it. Yeah, you never know. You could maybe push out some trades, see if you can get anybody to do it. We got a lot of guys that are doing it for the first time. So yeah, if you're not having success, a couple trades, maybe pick somebody up on the waivers. Let's see what happens, right? With all those injuries from last week, we never really know. So if you find somebody that maybe like a rookie or something on a team with like an injury, and they could take off at any time. All right, guys. Yeah, ribs on John Ree after 2 weeks in a row, and of course, John Ree's had some nice hits, so I love it. Tony, good sense of humor as always. Tony, you made me laugh out loud today. For those of you guys that don't know, we also have a Facebook group. I'm going to get started here in a second, but we have a Facebook group. It's linked up in the video description in case you want to join if that's your thing. Tony got me pretty good here. I don't generally laugh out loud, but Tony hit me with a pretty good one-liner that made me laugh out loud. It would be something that I would say. So Tony, you got me today. I don't generally laugh out loud like that, but you got me. All right, we're going to get started, guys. I'm not going to eat up too much of your time here tonight. I know that we got some baseball games, some other games on, and I imagine I might be in the background. So we're going to get after this thing. So as always, a little bit of transparency. I like to walk you around the products just to make sure that everything's in working order, that everything's exactly the same way that I received it from the distributor. So that way you know and I know that it is actually a mystery, right? Nobody knows what's going to be in the bags. We're going to find out here together. This is a friendly reminder that eBay does require I mark all items as shipped, even if your team doesn't hit. Only the team that is shown on the memorabilia item is the team that's going to receive it. If you do end up hitting the item, you'll see a tracking number that's listed on eBay. That tracking number is your confirmation that you are the one that is going to receive that item. If you see that it's marked as shipped, but you don't see tracking, unfortunately, that means you didn't hit this week. But eBay does require that I mark all items as shipped. I wish everybody the best of luck. We got a great group of guys here that tends to have a lot of fun. I know for a fact that I'm enjoying it week to week and the banter and those kind of things, and we've had some good times. All right. Well, also, I forgot to mention that at the end of tonight's break, we do have the Facebook group appreciation break. I almost forgot about that, but I have it here. I almost forgot to say that out loud. Once we're done breaking all 5 items, all the guys that jumped in on the Facebook group appreciation will do a little bit of a freebie break. If that sounds appealing to somebody that maybe you just joined the break group for the first time, if you join the Facebook group, I try to do it once a month. I think I'm going to try to do it on like the first weekend of every month now, and completely free of charge. We'll just put everybody's name in a random, and then I will open it up at the end of the break, so we'll get to see it. So tonight we're doing 2020 Chronicles. We got a chance for Joe Burrow rookie, Tua rookie, and Herbert rookie. So of course those quarterbacks are still pretty legit. All right. Back to it. All right. Wishing everybody the best of luck here. I'm going to try to keep up with the comments as I go. So start setting up the lineup. Yeah. I love it. All right, guys. Here we go. So first item here tonight, black bag football jersey. Good luck to all teams. Let's start hot. Start hot, stay hot for the entire night. Here we go. Good luck to all teams. All right. So we got some light blue, some red, and some whites. And of course, last name is White. We got a big old 2-5, big old 25, big autograph. Stayed out of the stitching, which I have an appreciation for. So in this case, we have it here. It is Beckett Cert. So the Beckett Cert here is 2W7 42434. 2W7 42434. We'll go take a look at it together. There's a couple things going through my mind as to what it could be. So we'll go take a peek at it. I mean, I do like the light blue with the red and white. That's kind of nice. So we'll go take a look at it together. Again, if you want to look it up with me, Beckett Cert, I'll leave it there on screen as we look it up together. If somebody else knows it, feel free to shout it out. We do have some football whisperers in the group, so maybe somebody knows it. You can educate me on it as well. It does kind of look Oilers to me, and that's what I was thinking, Darren. So it does look like that. It also kind of looks like that alternate for the Patriots. Don't the Patriots have an alternate that looks like that? So that's what those are the two teams that I was thinking. So if me and Darren are on the same wavelength, then I consider myself in good company. So all right, we'll see what we got. All right, I'm gonna scoot over to Beckett real quick. Again, I'm gonna say it out loud one more time in case you want to join me. So just give me a second to look this thing up. Of course, we don't want to go with what we think it is. We have to go with what we know it is, right? That would be unfair otherwise. So 2W7 424 34. All right, give me a second here just to make sure Beckett knows that I'm not a robot. Although this point in the school year, starting to feel a little bit robotic, but all right, this is Lendale White. This is Lendale White, which is a solid name. Now we just got to see where it goes. So this is Lendale White. I'm going to go over to Pro Football Reference, is what I always love to do, regardless of sport. So we'll go take a peek at it. So Lendale White. All right, so he was drafted by the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, this could very well be a Tennessee Titans as well. I don't know why I didn't think of that just right off the bat. Definitely has Tennessee Titans. Yeah. So we'll take a look at it. So Lendale White, drafted in the second round, 45th overall by Tennessee Titans. 24 touchdowns. And he only played for the Titans. This is a Titans hit. So this is Tennessee Titans. Lendale White. 25. Okay. So this week for the Tennessee Titans. The Tennessee Titans this week is Jean-Rie. Jean-Rie, congrats. So this one's going out to Jean-Rie. Jean-Rie on the Lendale White for the Tennessee Titans. So congrats, Jean-Rie. Jean-Rie smoking the ribs again. And maybe the smoked ribs is the move, guys. Maybe if you smoke ribs for Sunday football, maybe that is the key to hitting in the brakes. Jean-Rie will have to let us know if the ribs are on. He might have already said it in the chat. Congrats, Jean-Rie. All right. So not a bad little hit to start. We'll continue on. We'll move on into the second half of the football, which is the mini helmet. So then the mini helmet is a GoldRush product. We know that GoldRush is a little bit famous for that secondary seal, both on the top and the bottom of the box. But man, how about one of these headliners? I know we've showed the box before. I think we're due, somebody would say. And they are smoking. All right, guys, there's some nice hits here. Of course, I'm a sucker for Caleb Williams. But it looks like we got some nice hits. We got Justin Jefferson there. I think that's another hit for the Vikings. There's some Cowboys hits. I think it's a Bradshaw for Pittsburgh. All right. Enough of me looking at it. Quick trip around the box. Of course, we've got secondary seal up top. That is where we're going to break it open. And then walking you around the box real quick. On the bottom, very, very similar. I won't open the bottom, but just so you guys can see it, it's in good order. Everything's as it should be. Of course, I'll also take a quick trip here. There's not much on the other part of the box, but all right, guys, let's get after it. I think we're due for one of these headliners. That would be pretty sweet. As always, good luck to all teams. It'll be exciting for a new guy to get it. Equal as exciting for a returning guy who comes back week to week. Good luck to all teams. Give me a second to open it up here. Here we go. Secondary seal. How about a nice one? Here we go. Good luck to all teams. All right. Ooh. That is a nice matte red helmet. And this one's going out to the Falcons. This one's going out to the Atlanta Falcons. I don't know if you guys can see the autograph there. It is out of the Rave collection, which I think is out of that matte collection. I think we had a nice matte helmet last week. I talked about a Cole Kmet that I have for the Bears and like an orange matte. But if you can catch the autograph there, it is inscribed with the number 7. Let's go take a peek. Anybody know number 7 on the Falcons? How about a Bijan Robinson? Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson. Is he one of the headliners? I don't see him on the front, but that's a nice name. Yeah, I would say Bijan, the fantasy guys. You have to know Bijan. I got Bijan on a few of my fantasies. I think I'm on 5 different fantasy leagues, and I definitely have him there. So I'm going to take you on a quick little trip there, and then we'll reveal who gets it. But yeah, this one's a Falcons hit. This is Bijan. That is a solid mini helmet. Of course, it is Beckett certified. I'll try to sneak in there so you guys could see it. So in terms of the Beckett cert, I got 2W9 11967. Beckett cert, Bijan. I love it. So that's a nice hit. I'm gonna rest it right here so everybody can see it there. All right, Atlanta Falcons. This week, Atlanta Falcons is going out to Jeremy. This one's going out to Jeremy S. Jeremy S. is one of our new guys this week. So Jeremy, congrats. Yeah, it should be on the box. I agree. So I think that's a nice hit. But if I look up front, yeah, I see Cardinals. That just goes to show if he's not on the front, and Bijan is the man that we all know he is in terms of fantasy football and stud running back, then that tells you how loaded the product could be. So if that's not a headliner, that might be a good sign for hits to come. But that's a solid one. So this one's going out to Jeremy. Like I said, Jeremy S. Jeremy, again, welcome to the break room. Hopefully that's a solid hit for giving it a try. Thanks for giving us a go. This one's coming your way Monday morning. I don't always ask for it, guys, but if you haven't done so already, we got a lot of new guys here tonight. If the new guys are watching, if you wouldn't mind giving the video a like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. It might not mean a lot to you, but to me, who knows? Maybe it pushes us a little bit further along in the algorithm. Maybe somebody else gets to see the page, gets to see the videos, gets to jump in. So if you don't mind, I'd appreciate it. If not, I totally understand. It's not for everybody. But all right, hey, for football tonight, that's pretty solid. Tennessee Titans and the Falcons and a Bijan popping out there. I'm going to throw Bijan on top of this one. There we go. The way my Cubs played today, I'm really just going to try to cover that up as much as possible. The way that they played today, ooh. All right, that looks better. That looks better. No, I'm just kidding. I'm still a Cubs fan. That's not going to change. All right, guys. I've been through the thick of it as a Cubs fan, so one game's not going to change it. So, all right, guys. I love it. Appreciate everybody. All right, let's move on to basketball. Of course, basketball has been good to us. Let's keep that rolling. I'm going to try not to jinx it. So, yeah, that's legit. All right, guys. Basketball, another one of these GoldRush products. There is a cellophane wrapping on the basketball product as well as the secondary seal. And then the slabbed the slabbed sign card on the inside is also inside of like a black like cellophane on the inside as well. So there's like 3 different modes of transparency here. So quick trip around the box itself, but we're going to get after it. We've had some solid hits. Of course, we had a T-Mac and a Magic Johnson, and none of them are on the cover. There are some other nice ones, really nice ones on the cover here. Man, so far I've been impressed. Hopefully we don't let down and we keep that rolling. All right, guys, let's get after it. Cellophane wrapping first. You know me. Good luck to all teams. We're gonna get after it. This thing is well protected. So the seal is next. Of course, patented secondary seal from GoldRush. All right, here it goes. Once again, good luck to all teams. But we've seen these other 2 that we've opened up the last 2 weeks. On the inside, another cellophane wrapping. All right. Continue being good to us. Why not? So little black cellophane wrapping. Here we go. One last time. Good luck to all teams. Let's see what we got. I am very, very curious. All right, let's see. Ooh, okay. Another very nice name. Gents, this one is Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero on the Emergent. This is PSA DNA certified. It is an authentic autograph. He's signed here in blue. Tyler Hero for the Miami Heat. This is Miami Heat on an Emergent. That's another solid hit. A young guy, Not a T-Mac, not a Magic Johnson, but PSA certified on the Emergent. Yeah, that is a sharp looking card. It's got the red, white, and blue. It is out of Prism, which, of those of you guys that know cards, Prism is a well-respected product. That's a solid hit for the Miami Heat. PSA DNA certified. Autograph authenticated. Ooh, blue Sharpie. Red, white, and blue, Emergent. Card number 5 in the set. 2019-2020. That's a beautiful card. Man, I'm really digging this product. Signed, slabbed, good to go once you receive it. Go straight to the PC. Don't have to worry about it. Don't have to ship it out anywhere. Yeah, I agree. I'm all about it. I'm gonna probably try to see if I can get some more. I think I still got 7 boxes of it, but I think I'm gonna try to get some more. So hopefully in the dead of winter when we're looking for things to open, we can keep that one rolling. Yeah, good question, Darren. I'm gonna take a look. I don't think I saw anything for hockey right off the bat, but I'm gonna take a look. Miami Heat. This is going out to Tony. Tony. Sharp card. This one's going to Tony. Miami Heat. Tony. That's right. You are him. I would have told you that before I opened the card, Tony. All you had to do was ask. All right. I didn't know Tony was rocking with the Heat. Obviously, I wrote it down on my list. But all right, Tony. Of course, Tony, one of our regular guys. Break room legend. He's him. He's got a nice Emergent. Tyler Hero coming his way. Tony. That's what's up. Pair this with a nice Michigan win and hopefully a Tigers win tonight. And I'd say as one heck of a Saturday. All right, I'm gonna push this guy. Matter of fact, I told you the way my Cubs played today. There we go. That looks pretty good. This one's going to Tony. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, I'm with you, Dan. I think Dan said it there. No letdowns yet. So far, so good. I got to see if they do hockey. I'm gonna see if I can get some more. So hopefully, if I can get some more, we could do that all winter long. Yeah. Hopefully it stays hot. All right, guys. So basketball all taken care of. Move on to the last break for tonight's in terms of sport, which is baseball. And then, of course, we do have the little random giveaway for the Facebook group members. All right, let's get after it. So how about some nice hits out of baseball? We got the postseason started up. We'll start with this black bag edition for the baseball jersey. Quick trip around the bag. Everything looks like it's in good order. All right, fellas. Let's get after it. We had a nice minor league player last week for the Seattle Mariners. Nice young shortstop. So, I wouldn't be opposed to a Hall of Famer right here, just to kind of balance it out. A guy from the minors, and then right here, maybe a nice Hall of Famer for somebody. Try to manifest that energy. All right, guys. Let's get after it. Good luck to all teams. Let's keep it going. So far, so good. I'd say it's a pretty hot night. Tyler Hero, Bijan Robinson, Wendell White. All right, here we go. All right, let's see. All right, so I think I recognize these colors. So we've got black, white, and gray. And in terms of, well, actually, this could be a couple different things. So I think this is a Vizcaíno. When I first opened it up, I was thinking Chicago White Sox. But it might be Yankees. We'll go take a look. Of course, on the baseball product, it's on the jersey itself, so we could open it. But let's take a peek at it first. So we got the Vizcaíno. You guys can tell me if you know it. At first glance, I'm thinking White Sox because I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I was born on the north side. I was only born 3 miles away from Wrigley Fields. But when I see these colors, I immediately think White Sox. All right, nice autograph. You guys aren't going to make me say it. No, I'm going to say it. Silver Sharpie on black backgrounds. I'm a sucker for it. Stayed out of the stitching, which I have an appreciation for. It's a nice autograph. It is PSA certified. When you get PSA certified things, tends to be in good working order. So right there we have AI 87445 on the PSA cert. All right, let's open this thing up. There's one thing I do appreciate about the baseball jerseys is it does say the team name on the front, where on football it doesn't. All right, here we go. A little bit of suspense. Vizcaíno on the 51. Chicago. This one's going out to the White Sox. So this is Chicago White Sox on the Vizcaíno 51. Silver Sharpie auto. All right, let's go take a peek. Chicago hit. I'm more of a Cubs guy myself, but hey, Chicago is Chicago. It's my kind of town. All right, the Chicago White Sox this week. This one's going out to Daniel M. So Daniel M in the house, another one of our first guys. So congrats to Daniel M. Daniel M taking home the Vizcaíno jersey. So Daniel, congrats, my man. Thanks for jumping in this week. Thanks for giving it a shot. I know I'm not sure if you're here watching the video tonight. I know I chatted with you a little bit over eBay messaging, so seems like a solid dude. So congrats, Daniel M. on the Vizcaíno. I'll probably just go take a quick peek at Pro Baseball Reference just to maybe say something about Vizcaíno, educate myself, if nothing else. I'll try to make it quick, guys, I promise. Just because now I'm curious. How long was he with the White Sox? Luis. 5 WAR. You got a 5 WAR player. You're gonna be all right. Oh, he was on the White Sox in 2005, which I think that was their World Series team. So that's a solid hit right there. 2005. Yeah, 2005 World Series. They were the champs. World Series winning pitcher with a 4.9 WAR. That's what's up. No, yeah, Tony. We're still waiting for that elusive Miggy. That would be sweet. I'm not gonna lie. If we get a Miggy on like a bat, Tony, a Miggy on a bat would be so sweet. Maybe we'll manifest that for you. So congrats again, Dan M. Or Daniel M. That is a nice one. 2005 World Series champ. He played for the White Sox for 1 year, and then that was it. All right, give me a second just to shuffle here. I'm going to keep everything on screen. Of course, we'll give it that attention it deserves. I got to bring out this bat. So give me a second here, guys, just to shuffle. Try to keep everything on screen so everybody can see it. But man, tonight's so far so good. Let's keep it rolling. All right, everything is still on screen there. The last item for tonight before we go ahead and do the Facebook freebie break for all the guys that are on the Facebook group. Of course, when it comes to baseball bat, we got the RSA baseball bat. For anybody that's new to it, in case you want to go take a look, they do rotate their autographs, their bats. It's not just one set checklist. It rotates. So if you want to go take a look at some of the guys that are there, feel free. You can scan this QR code or just go take a look at their website. When it comes to RSA, a little bit different than the GoldRush. Of course, here they just do a lot of tape. There's nothing to open up on this part of the boxes. It's really just at the ends. I am going to open up the barrel side because that's where the autograph is at. And when it comes to the baseball bat, guys, almost always, they don't tell us what team it's going to. We'll have to rely on our knowledge of who the autograph belongs to, and of course what team it belongs to. We'll look it up most of the time. but we've had some pretty good success with guys predicting it. So quick trip around the end of the box here. Again, just load it up with tape. How about on the other side? This is the knob side. I am not going to open it up on the knob side, but I guess it would be important for you to see that just to make sure, again, everything is in working order. So quick trip around. Yeah, Tony, right? All right, Tony said this is the Tigers. I'm not even gonna open it up, guys. I'm just gonna wrap this up in some paper, and I'm gonna slap Tony's name and his address on it. This one's going out to Tony. Nah, we'll see, Tony. We'll see. That's good humor, though. Tony's got a great sense of humor. I love that. Keep things light, keep it fresh. I love that. All right, guys, let's get after it. Hey, Josh, a Vladdy Jr. would be nasty. Yeah, the way that the Blue Jays played today, Josh manifesting some energy, that would be sweet. A Vladdy Jr. after the way that the Blue Jays played today, that would be pretty sweet. All right, guys, here we go. Again, we're on the barrel side. You'll have to give me a second to open it up since almost all the sides are taped up pretty good. But good luck to all teams. I love the guys in the chat that are manifesting the energy. Is always really for me is fun, right? Whether your team hits it or not, but to manifest the energy, if you're a guy that you called, if you call your shot, I mean, after all, the group is called Call Your Shot Sports Breaks. If you're not calling your shot, then what are you doing, right? Have some fun with it, guys. Again, if you're new, I imagine you'll start to get the hang of it. I welcome everybody back. Even if your team doesn't hit, it's a good time. Great group of guys. All right, here we go. Good luck to all teams. Let's get after it. What do we got? All right. It looks like a blonde bat this week, guys. We don't get a ton of blonde bats. So here we go. I'm going to chuck the box. All right. So we've got a beautiful blonde bat here from Rawlings. Got a nice red indicator on the bat itself. I think I know this one. I think we've had this before. All right, guys. What you got for me? Let's see what you got. No way. A Vladdy Jr. Senior dual sign bat? Dang. That's legit. No, I'm with you, Robert. My Cubs had a pretty atrocious day. Anybody know this one? I think we've had it before. Of course, it is Beckett certified. It's just extremely hard to see because they wrap this thing so tight. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna try to read it to you. I'm not sure if I can get it on screen. This one's tough. W998132. W998132. That is a bad spot for the Beckett cert. As you guys can see, it's is wrapped up pretty tight. As best as I can, I'm going to try not to open it up. I try to touch the products as least as I possibly can. All right. We'll take a look. Tony's calling Fielder. All right. Who's the president? All right. We'll go take a peek, guys. And then we'll see if it confirms my suspicions, but I'll leave you guys in suspense. Maybe in the meantime, somebody else will throw out some more guesses, but if not, no, yeah, there's nothing wrong with manifesting. You know me, Tony. I like that kind of energy. So, all right, so we're going to go Beckett cert. If you guys want to look it up with me, again, I'll repeat the cert number because I know it's hard to see, and then we can take a peek at it together. If anybody wants me to open it up and to actually see it, actually, no, I think I just moved it a little bit. Let me put this up here. I think I got a better angle at it now. So if you guys can see it there, this is W998132. All right, that was a little bit of a better angle. think that will help. All right. So one more time out loud. W998. One, 3, 2. I am not a robot. 2, 3. All right. My suspicions were confirmed. This is Scott Rowland. So Scott Rowland. I'll put the bat up here in a second so we can take another peek at it. This one's going Scott Rowland. Yes, yes. Scott Rowland. And if I'm looking at Pro Baseball Reference, it looks like this is a Philadelphia Phillies hit. 70.1 WAR, over 300 home runs. And then when it comes to his career, 7 years in Philadelphia, 6 years in St. Louis, 4 years in Cincinnati, 2 years in Toronto. So, I mean, he had some time. He had some time in Toronto. But when it comes to total games, 844 total games for Philly, 661 for St. Louis. This is a Philadelphia Phillies hit. Of course, the Phillies in the playoffs, 70.1 WAR, 360 home runs, career batting average of 281. Scott Rowland, beast. Yes, the Phillies have been on. So the Phillies have been on one. And this week, the Philadelphia Phillies is going out to Preston. This is going out to Preston B. So Preston B. Yeah, Josh, you tell me what 1/6 of the bat you want. If I was you, well, I imagine most people would say just take that 6th, right? But I'm a sucker for this kind of stuff, so I would take like the Rawlings logo with this piece. Obviously, the signature, we got to send it on its way. But you tell me what 1/6 you want, Josh, and I'll see if I can convince Preston to give it to you. But otherwise, this one's going out to Preston. The box, Tony. The box goes to Josh. Imagine Josh got the box for me in the mail. I can only imagine what message I'm getting from Josh the next day. I can only imagine what he sends me after that. So, no, this one's going out to Scott Rowland. That would be, what a move by me if I sent an empty box all carved up. That would be, I mean, Josh, if you see something come in the mail and it's addressed for me, maybe just for the pure laughs of it, So, all right, Scott Rowland. This one's going out, like I said, to Preston B. Preston B, another one of our new guys. So another one of our new guys. I think I told you guys that we had almost 10 new guys to the breaks this week. So the new guys showed out a little bit. Definitely some hits for the new guys. Big Scott Rowland on the Beckett cert. All right, quick recap before we do our little Facebook group appreciation. Like we said many times, Scott Rowland for the Phillies here. We did have Luis Vizcaino for the Chicago White Sox. I believe this one went out to Daniel M. Chicago hit. We did have a Tyler Hero for the Miami Heat going to Tode on the Emergent PSA DNA certified authentic autograph. This one went out to Tony. We also got Falcons hit. We got a nice Bijan Robinson on the matte red. I'll have to double check and see who that one went to. I know it was one of the new guys, so I'll go take a peek at it real quick. But Falcons on the Rave collection, which is pretty sweet. Give me a second just to make sure I don't say it wrong. So this one went out to Jeremy S. on the Atlanta Falcons hit. And then last but not least, we had the whites. This was a Tennessee Titans hit, which I'm now looking back at it, I'm not sure why that wasn't my first guess right from the jump, but a nice Tennessee Titans hit. And the Titans was Jean-Ry, of course. It was Jean-Ry to start. All right. No, yeah. Let me tell you, I'm with you, Jake. My Cubs had me all hyped up after beating the Padres and getting to the second round. We hit a home run to lead off the game here today against the Brewers, and then we proceeded to give up just obscene amount of runs. I think 8 runs in the next 2 innings. So I'm with you, Jake. Yeah. All right. The break's not done here. I know a few people have already signed off, and that makes sense to me. But if you're one of the Facebook guys, then we are going to do this guy. I'm going to open it up on screen. I'm actually pretty excited about it. If you look on eBay, I think these packs are going for like $20 a piece, so that's pretty sweet. And of course, I've been holding on to them since 2020. I had a feeling about some of the quarterbacks. Of course, big quarterback class. You see Tua, you see Burrow, you see Herbert. So give me a second, guys. I'm going to switch screens here so you guys can see everything. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to roll 2 dice. For those of the guys that have been here before, I imagine a lot of the Facebook guys have done this with me before. I'm going to roll 2 dice. The 2 dice is going to tell us how many times we're going to randomize the list of names. We did have 10. We did have 10 guys that wanted to jump into it, which was pretty sweet for me. I think up until this point, we've had like 5 guys. So, yeah, good luck to everybody. I'll give it a second. I do have this up on my phone, so you guys will tell me. I know it can get a little bit annoying me asking if you can see everything, but let me know. So I got the dice roll up here. So we're going to roll 2 dice. This is going to tell us how many times. World Series, Brewers in Seattle's Brewers in 6. All right, Robert. I trust you. It breaks my heart, but I trust you. We'll see how many games it takes the Brewers to get past the Cubs. We'll see. I'm hoping today was a fluke. All right, I can see it on my phone. Hopefully you guys can see it as well. You'll tell me if you can't. We're going to roll 2 dice here. We're going to roll 2 dice one time. That's going to tell us how many times we're going to randomize the list of names. I got 7 here, fellas. Lucky number 7. I got a lucky 7 on the dice. Of course, another thing I like about random.org, I use it in my classroom as a high school math teacher. You can see like the timestamp. You can look it up yourself. And of course, then it keeps the transparency idea alive. Of course, for the Facebook group, it's all for fun, right? But I do like random.org for that reason. Tony, don't do that to me. All right, if everybody sees in the chat what Tony just did, Tony, don't do that to me. I can't. Not now. Don't do that to me, Tony. I get that nonstop. If you don't know what that means, consider yourself a lucky person. If you don't know what that means, yeah, let me tell you about it. At first, I thought it was funny, and then I do like daily warm-ups in my math class, and I made a lot of the warm-ups actually show up like decimals like 6.7 or things like that. And of course, then I would have fun with the kids. But man, let me tell you, you give an inch, they take a mile and a half. Yeah, it's just nonstop. It's not even that it's like super inappropriate. Like it's not really inappropriate. It's just the kids can't stop doing it on repeat. So that's really what it is. But that's hilarious. Yeah, yeah. Dan B. Exactly. At least 6 or 7 times. Tony. It is. But looking back at like when we were kids and things, like I mean, weren't we doing pretty much the same thing? I'm sure it wasn't 6, 7, but every every generation has their thing, right? So then here we're just kind of Scott Rowland definitely not in the random for tonight. Let me grab my list of names here real quick, fellas. And then for the list of names, I did put them in order for the people that responded on Facebook. So I put a number there this time, which I haven't done in the past, just to kind of indicate the order that we had it. So I'm gonna leave this up here for a second, just so everybody sees it. And if everything looks good, we got Gino up top. So I got Gino up top here at the 1 spot. I got Ken at 2. I got Chris at 3. Dan B at 4. Darren at 5. Braden at 6. Tony at 7. Jake at 8. Robert at 9. And John Ree at 10. So we got our list here, fellas. We're going to get after it. No, yeah. Tamagotchis was legit. Well, yeah, what's up, right? Dan B knows it, yeah. exactly right. So I imagine it's probably no different, right? We probably annoyed the heck out of our teachers too, but uh, but of course I'm living in the moment, right? So more of watching the stock market, fella. All right, fellas. I love it. All right, we got the list. Everybody can see it. We're gonna roll this thing 7 times according to the dice roll. Whatever name is on the top after 7, that's who's getting the pack. I'm sending it out free of charge. I am gonna open it here tonight so we can all take a peek at it. And it also breaks things up a little bit instead of just having the memorabilia, but with the cards as well. Even though we are getting some fire cards out of that basketball product. All right, here we go. 7 times, guys. So that's the first randomization. I think I'm gonna do it again. I think there was a space. If you guys can see it there, there's like I'm gonna do this again. There's a space there. I must have hit enter before I did it. So I'm gonna redo this thing, guys. I think that's the only fair way to do it. Because then what if that empty space is the space that ends up getting it? So that's not cool. So give me a second. I'm gonna reset this thing so you guys can see it. Sorry about that, fellas. I must have put a space there. Yeah. Dan B said, nope, it's done. We still had to roll it a couple more times. Oh yeah, so Jake knows it. Yeah, it's really just from some rap artist. So yeah, and it's like a silly thing. I love it, Dan B. That's funny. All right, guys, I'm gonna start this one again. Just because I didn't want it to go to the random, like the blank spot, and then of course that's no fun. So okay, we see the list again. Gino on top for 1, all the way down to Jean Ree. So sorry, fellas, my bad. All right, 7 times. Now the list looks good, and as you guys can see, the timestamp and everything. So here we go. That was 1. This is 2. You can even see it here at the end. So we're just gonna fire this thing up. Of course, we got to get to 7. That's 3. That's 4. That's 5. That's 6. So here we have 6 guys. The 7th and final time, the person taking home the 2020 Chronicles pack will be the first name up top here. 7th and final time. Good luck to all teams. All right, this one's going out to Jake. So this one is going out to Jake. I got Jake here at the top of the list. No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, the 6-7 thing is wild, and of course the kids are just running with it because they know how it preys on like older people. So, but yeah, Jake taking it home tonight. So Jake, congrats, my man. I'm gonna switch over here. I appreciate all the positivity from the guys there in the chat. I love that. I love that about the group. I love that it's not always about like me, but just the group in general. Just have fun, and that is one of my favorite things about this group of guys. All right, Jake. Yeah. I was allergic to it for several weeks, but now you would argue that I'm on a streak. All right, let's get Tyler Hero back up there and give him some of the props that he deserves. Let's do this thing. All right, we got 2020 Chronicles football. We are looking for some exclusive Omega rookies. And of course, we've got a 15 card value pack, little hanger pack here. At the time, I do remember people saying that the hanger packs were pretty hot. They were pretty fire. And of course, I went out to the store and bought as many as I could. Hopefully, I'll have some more in the future. Let's do this thing. We're wasting time. Let's see what Jake's got. All right, Jake. Good luck, my man. All right, 15 cards. Let's see what we got. All right, here we go. So right off the jump, right from the rip, we've got Phillip Rivers for the Colts. It's also kind of fun to think back to where these players were at the time. And of course, I'll sleeve these up. I won't do it on screen, Jake, but I'll sleeve these up. If we get any hits, I'll take care of them, but I'll spare you guys from doing that or having to watch me do it. But I'll take care of it. I promise you that. Kyler Murray for the Arizona Cardinals. He's on at least one of my fantasy teams. All right, here's a nice QB. Josh Allen for the Bills. Josh Allen for the Bills. Alvin Kamara for the New Orleans Saints. Yeah, let's get some heat. Dan's got it right. We've been pretty good on cards lately. So Dak Prescott, we just ton of QBs. Out of 5 cards, we've got 4 QBs. Dak Prescott for the Cowboys. Now here's a guy that could have been something. Jalen Rager, rookie card. And I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a little bit of a texture to it to this card. So this is a sweet one. At the time, it would have been a really solid hit. Jalen Rager, rookie card. It's got a little texture to it. I forget the name of this type of card, but like I said, it's got like a little texture to it, like a canvas. Like if you were painting Bob Ross style, that's what it's got. But that's a nice one for rookie, wide receiver. At the time, it probably would have been even a bigger hit. All right, what do we got here? Brian Edwards, rookie card. These are the Omegas. These are the hit cards. So I think we've reached the middle of the pack. Let's see what you got. Yeah, Josh. Now here's a guy, Collinsworth. Man, I've got to mute. I got to mute that several times, but Brian Edwards here on a rookie card for the Omega. I think these are the hit cards out of the hanger packs. This is a sweet one though. Kind of like a little tri photo. There's the back of it. Yeah, Josh, that Collinsworth just man, definitely some cringe to it. Chase Claypool, rookie card. Talk about another guy. Here's a guy who started his career off hot. Heck, the Bears even traded a second round pick for him. And then he proceeded to do nothing for my Chicago Bears. I'm not going to lie to you, boys. I was pretty excited when the Bears traded for him. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, it's another Omega card. Again, at the time, that would have been a solid hit. Ooh, I like these next cards. These next cards are acetate cards. I got a couple really nice ones like this. I think I've got a Joe Burrow in my collection as well, but these are called the Clear Vision, and these are acetate cards. So as you can see, clear vision because you can see through it there. So this is Jacob Eason, which was a rookie QB. You get a rookie QB on an acetate card. We'll take QBs all day. These are sweet kind of cards. Yeah, I got a nice Joe Burrow. I'll have to break it out at some point and show it, but that's nice. Jacob Eason. QBs, we'll take them all day. All right, here's a guy that should be helping my fantasy team, but can't because nobody will throw it to him. T. Higgins on a rookie. And this is another one of those. This is a luminance card. If you look in the top corner here, that's a nice T. Higgins rookie card. Luminance is another one of those textured kind of canvas cards. So this one's sweet. I would take this card all day. Yeah, that's a nice one. There you go, Jake. No, yeah. The nice thing about Chronicle is that it's a bunch of different like types of cards in one pack. So then you get like a nice variety instead of it all being like the same. You get like the luminance. You get the other ones there as well, like the acetate cards. You get like a nice variety to it. So that's a nice one. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I think that's the best card we've gotten so far, at least in terms of longevity. All right, another quarterback. Can't go wrong here. Jake Fromm. Now there's got to be some humor here. This is Jake from State Farm for Jake H. Jake, you got to tell me how many State Farm jokes did you get in the last several years? I imagine that it's been nonstop. And of course, I jump on here and I just add fuel to the fire. Yeah, Jake Fromm on another one of these canvas cards. Rookie QB. We'll take them all day. All right, there we go. Tua rookie card. And this is out of Panini. So a nice little Tua. Another one of those textured cards that look like canvas. So I'm going to sleeve that one up for you. I'm gonna take care of that guy to make sure you have it. So that's a nice one. That and the Higgins, I'd say so far so good. Dang, and the QBs keep coming. Jordan Love, rookie, out of Luminance. It literally changed your life. Jordan Love out of Luminance. Another one. Another QB. It's a nice rookie card. Of course, being a Bears fan, I'm fighting every temptation to crumple this card up in my hands and maybe it just gets lost. No, of course, we're going to take care of it. So, rookie QB, we'll take them all day. All right, we're down to our last two cards. All right, Antonio Gibson on the rookie card. I always thought these were kind of neat coming out of like a frame like that. Antonio Gibson for the Washington football team. Yeah, Robert, just crease the corner. That'll do it. Oops, I dropped it. My fault, Jake. Nah, I would never. I would never. All in good fun. And then another rookie QB, Jacob Eason, which was the same guy that we had on the acetate there. So if these would both have been like Burrow or Herbert's, that would have been a nice way to cap it off. But hey, that's not bad at all. In terms of one pack, one little hanger pack, a ton of QBs. So and QBs, we're never gonna say no to, boys. QBs, we take those all day. In terms of the nicer hits there, I'm gonna pull my top three. I bet you guys already know what they're gonna be, but that's all right. It's just my opinion. So in no particular order, I think Tua rookie out front. I think that's probably been my favorite hit here. I like the T Higgins a lot. I always take him for fantasy. If I can get him, I take him all day. And I guess a creased corner Jordan Love. I guess will be my third one. So yeah, but it's got a pretty crazy crease there in the corner. So nah, they're all crispy. I'm not gonna go as far as saying they're all gem mint 10, but I'll leave that up to you, Jake. So all right, I'm gonna take care of these, Jake. I promise. I'm not gonna have you guys sit here and watch me sleeve them up and do all that kind of stuff. That would be pointless. But rest assured, those are coming your way, Jake, and I will take care of them and pack them up nice to make sure that they make the trip over to you. All right, I want to give sincere thanks. We still got 9 guys that bear with me for almost an hour and are here at the end. So thank you guys for sticking around. I thoroughly enjoyed the chat here tonight, as I always do. And thanks for making this possible. Without you guys, this doesn't happen, and this is something I look forward to on a weekly basis. If there are any new guys that are still here that still stuck around, thanks for giving the breaks a shot. If you have any questions, feel free to message me. Otherwise, I hope to see you back next week. But if not, no hard feelings. I completely understand. But just let me know if there's something that you want to know or if you have any questions. Good luck in fantasy football. No, yeah, 20 QBs in a pack from 2020. Only one played for Cleveland. Hey, Dan B. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Best of luck to you as well. Me versus Dan B in a fantasy showdown. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, no problem, Jake. It's my pleasure. Good luck to everybody. Oh, Tony, good luck out there at 445. I imagine I know what you're doing. I hope you have some good luck out there, my man. All right, fellas. Yeah, good luck against 4-0. All right, Josh. Oh, sweet. Yeah, Josh is in the Facebook group now. That's gonna be solid. And then Josh, if you don't mind, I would love to see a picture of that dual autograph bat. No pressure, like you don't have to, but I would love to see a picture of that. I think I've got a Vladdy. I think I've got a Vladdy baby bat myself, but I definitely don't have a dual signature one. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, no problem, guys. I'm gonna get you guys out of here. I've kept you here long enough. As always, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. Enjoy the woods. Enjoy the smoked ribs if you are Jean-Rie or Jean-Rie's neighbors. And as always, be kind to each other, fellas. I can't wait to see you guys next week and talk some trash tomorrow in the group chat. All right, fellas. Until next time. See ya.